So let's imagine you're checking out your news feed into Facebook or maybe some other social media that you are highly active on. You saw a post from your friend that he's committed to a healthy lifestyle. You know, he's exercising, maybe putting videos of jogging, or maybe he's doing some difficult asanas of yoga. You saw these feeds for a week. You felt like this is you know a show off. A person is just wanted to show the world that he's exercising. It's not a big deal. After a week, when you see this post very regularly, you see a consistency of that person through the post, because that's the way you're perceiving the whole message. That person is taking a lot of efforts. He's putting a video for 2 minutes, but he's working out for maybe more than an hour, and you're seeing the results on his post that he lost certain kind of kgs or maybe pounds, and he's feeling very energetic. He's looking more lean and more muscular, and you at that point of time, a subconscious mind sends you a message that, hey buddy, if that person can do it, why don't you? Isn't that your long-term goal? Don't you want to be healthy? Don't you want to look good into a mirror? Or don't you want to look good when you're naked in terms of mirror? How about that? You suddenly feel a rush of adrenaline into your own self, and you start reading up or maybe looking at the videos, very quick fix videos like how can I get lean and fit into 7 days, 30 days, 21 days. What is the best food that has a lot of protein? What is the best thing that I can do? What are the home exercises? What are the exercises of jogging? You download a lot of apps. You go for the free subscription just to see how those apps works, and somehow you make an effort to actually feel that this is something that I really want to do. Second thing that happens is you feel that if I'm doing this, let me do it right. And your idea of doing right is by joining a nice gym, having expensive fitness clothes or maybe shoes. You go on e-commerce website, you start browsing them, and you like something that might be out of your budget or maybe a little expensive, but you try to convince yourself that this is for a long-term thing. I really want to do this, and this time I'm really gonna show my own self and my friends that I can do this, or maybe I can show it to my wife that I'm really committed this time. If you're married, you know what I'm talking. So what happens? You get all the stuff, you get all the gears, you're pumped up from inside, that adrenaline level is going up and down, and you found an influencer on YouTube that is going to help you to have the technical knowledge that what should you eat, what you shouldn't, what time you should eat, and how it has to be done from the right way. You do this, and you feel that you watch the video, 2-3 videos, okay, from that influencer. You focus on the best things that the person is telling you, the summary kind of thing, that okay, if you work out for 45 minutes a day, you're gonna achieve these results quite fast, and you get pumped up, you start doing that, and day one, you're very excited. You do this, you achieve the results, you tell your friends and family that I'm into a mode of fitness now, I care about my body, maybe you should follow this person on Instagram, follow this person on Twitter, or maybe you go to this website. You always borrow a library of references to tell to your friends that you're doing something. Week 1 passes, you're highly energetic, you feel that this is something that I should continue. Why didn't I do this before? After 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you're very lucky, you're committed to that thing. You start seeing the results in your body, more energetic, more feeling of warmth, and certain kind of a determination that is coming from inside that yes, I can do this. You start seeing the changes on your body level. Maybe you lose like a pound or maybe 2-3 kgs with your own efforts, and you feel that this is working out. Let me also start posting the photos on social media. Let me motivate others and my own self, because that's the way you feel is right. Because that is something that you saw in the past. That if this is something, if I achieve a result, I have to showcase it too. That's not a bad thing. Everyone does it. Even I do it too. So when you achieve the results, you are doing three things. First thing is fitness is your priority. Now you are revolving around it, and slowly you are recognizing that. Second thing that happens is you start eating into moderation. You understand what are the food labels, where I can get more protein from, where I can have a less fat from, and all those mumbo jumbo starts. Third thing is you focus too much on the results. Last week I lost 1 kg. This week I'm going to lose 2 kgs or a pound, etc. After a considerable amount of time and you see good results, you see a paradigm shift into your thinking. I have achieved it. I'm doing great. And you start seeing that adrenal level going down. So for example, you have a habit to go to gym every morning. Slowly that changes into I'm busy in the morning, let me go into evening today. That's how it starts. I have a party to attend to today, so instead of 45 minutes, how about I do it for only 30 minutes today? I will cover up tomorrow. It's not a big deal. Next day you feel that I have little bit work from the office, I have some important call to attend to, so how about I will do this pending workout tomorrow, let me do only 30 minutes. So slowly you see a decline into your performance, your attitude, your sense of inspiration, and that happens from a very small perspective. You start losing interest into the time. You feel that I can do this anytime, so I can procrastinate it. So you start finding the post that you don't have to work out every single day. You can work out only for 3 days in a week and you can still achieve the same results. So you cut down your routine for a lesser days, for a lesser time. Then, my dear friends, after a couple of weeks, you come with certain situations that are unexpected. That's how life is. It never tells you that I'm coming, or this is something that you should be prepared for. And surprise, there's a situation where you are emotionally drained, where you feel everything was going right and now you can't help it. The first thing that goes out of your life is your fitness, because you're not feeling good. You need some time to recover. How it can happen with me, and a depressed feeling comes into your life. Might not be depression kind of feeling, but certain feeling that where you feel you're down. So what do? You go into your man cave or woman cave for some time, maybe take a weekend off, drink, smoke a lot, and feel that why it happened with me. You talk to your friends for some time, they motivate you. Next week you start going to work with the feeling that it's okay, it happens, it's life. And what about your fitness? You feel that let me I just went through hell, let me start next week. Then that next week never comes. It starts with 1 day a week, maybe 1 hour a week, and that fitness regime that you've started with so much of efforts goes to drain. Your shoes are dusting off outside your house, or maybe in some box. Your clothes are being used at home, as a home clothes. And you always wonder that what went wrong. Maybe this thing is not for me. I've tried my level best. I don't really know what happened. Then slowly, whatever the weight you have lost, you start gaining it. Why? Because you feel Ah, I'm eating a burger right now. Burger has proteins. It's okay, my body is getting protein, so I can compensate. Little bit carbs and fat is okay for me. Why? Because I read it somewhere that fat is good for you, sugar is okay for you if you eat in moderation. And slowly, whatever the weight that you have lost starts gaining. You'll ask me, how do you know all these things? Because it's happened with me. It happened with my hundreds of friends that I was motivated seeing them on social media and then seeing their transformational photos, and the next transformation that was not expected photos. It is a real thing. Don't believe me, just follow someone who started just like you, or maybe your own self that you started a couple of months back, the trend, and where are you landing now? So you'll ask me how it is related to smoking. Same thing. You start an initiative that I want to quit smoking because you see some post on social media. Someone is smoke free from last 6 days. Someone is smoke free from 6 months, 6 years, 10 years. And if that person can do it, I can do it too. So what happens? You start reading up some material on it, how to be smoke free, how to control your cravings, what are the withdrawal symptoms. Okay, let me try. Oh, what are the easiest methods? The easiest method could be a patch, maybe some gums, cold turkey, and you start doing that. Then you go through some very hard days of nicotine withdrawals. Your body gives you so much of itching, your breathing issues and everything that you feel is very normal. You feel that quitting smoking is a very, very hard process, and this is very normal because other people are going through it. And one fine day, after a week or 2 weeks, you feel that this is so easy. Why didn't I do this before? I'm saving so much of money. You start posting pictures from some apps that I'm smoke free from these days, this much of money is being saved, and I'm finally so happy. And after 2 or 3 weeks, life comes back. Hello, surprise for you, with a new situation. And at that point, whatever efforts that you have taken goes to drain. The first thing that comes to your mind is, how can I get out of this situation? How can I manage my stress? How can I manage my emotions? How can I come back to my feet again? Why world is so wrong? Why that other person do not understand me? So the easiest way to come out of the situation is go buy a pack, lit up your cigarette, oh crap, why I did this, I do not deserve this. But at the same time, you console yourself, what else can I do? My life is so hard, I'm into a recovery mode, I do not deserve this. Why it has only happened with me? Why the world is so happy? Why I'm so miserable? And the most frequent question that you always ask yourself, am I gonna be out of this problem? And the second question, am I gonna be out of smoking? So my dear friends, the example with your social media influence, the example with jogging or exercising, and the example of quitting smoking, there is only one pattern. You're doing this because you feel I have to do in certain ways which I see or perceive is the right way. I can do this with very minimal knowledge, without understanding how my mind works, how this habit is formed, how my body is associated with nicotine withdrawals. And you expect that with minimum efforts minimum research, minimum information, you can have success. So hear me out. You're trying to prepare a tea, okay? You're buying a milk from a certain product or maybe certain brand. You're preparing the tea, you're putting the tea powder in it, or maybe you're dipping the tea powder, and you're expecting that this is the English tea, or maybe Earl Grey, or maybe Assam tea. It should taste like coffee. Oh, let me prepare it from a different recipe now. Let me use a different tea leaf. Maybe I will not boil the water at a certain temperature. Maybe I'll use the lukewarm water. Let me add some creamer in it. This time let me put some masala tea in it, or maybe chai latte in it, etc., etc. And you're expecting every time you're sipping that tea, why it is not tasting like coffee. It is the same experience that you go through when you are trying to do something without the proper knowledge and expecting the same results. You are continuing with the same efforts and expecting the same results. You want to quit smoking through cold turkey, through NRT, or chewing some gums and expecting the same results. Until and unless you understand how your mind is associated with it, how your body functions when you have nicotine withdrawals, and do you really think you have a dependency for your stress release on smoking? Do you really have to smoke to deal with your life problems, or is there any better alternatives? Until and unless you are aware and you have a knowledge about this, it is going to be a little difficult for you to quit this habit. Do you feel that if I quit smoking, how can I have pleasure in my life? If I quit smoking, how I would be a social person? If my friends and family are smoking in front of me, how will I deal at that point of time? So your focus is more on what if this happens? What if I failed? What if I succeed? What if I follow a certain technique and it won't go as per the way it has worked for other person? Please understand, quitting smoking is an experiment. It is not necessary that you have failed into certain attempts. That means that trying new things will not help you to quit this habit. But the foundation of your mind and body remains the same, because the addiction is with you, your mind. If you do not know how to deal with the situations of life, the easy situations of life, how your ego magnifies your problems, and how your limited mental conditioning won't help you to have the right solutions, it is going to be little difficult for you to quit this habit. So my dear friends, you'll ask me that what qualifies me to tell you all these things? Am I a doctor? Am I a psychologist? Am I a psychiatrist? I have studied psychology for many years. I come from a design background where I was researching for the products. Those are habit forming. From that, I've understood so much of deeper understanding that how human mind works, why certain people buy certain things, how they get influenced, and how they come into a trap of purchasing certain things that they really do not need. I'm into meditation from last 20 years. I have understood that why I was smoking for 10 years straight, even though I was into a meditation, what was I was doing right, what was I was doing wrong. And when I started applying mind, meditation and mantra techniques in my life, I was free from this habit. I understood what are the effective ways to manage your stress, what are the alternative better ways to have success in your life, and why you do not need these things, and why your mental conditioning won't help you to push you to be towards freedom and put you and make you a slave of this habit. I'm smoke free from last 10 years. Last week only I completed my 10 years without a single relapse. Yes, without a single relapse. I did not use any patches or any alternative therapies. The only thing that helped me is I understood how my body and my mind works, how to channel my energies towards positive things, how to put my focus into a very right perspective, that whatever I'm doing, it is for my own benefit, not because I want to show it to someone to gain an appreciation. How can I be motivated from inside so that I do not seek any outside motivation? I do not get influenced and then I shoot up my adrenaline level to a very big level and then come down and eventually quit my habit and again come into the relapse trap. So my dear friends, if you feel I'm making a 5% sense into this whole video, let me know into the comment box. What do you think? Do you think without having the proper knowledge or without having the right techniques, you will have success in quitting this habit? If not, what is your perspective towards it? What is that thing that you are lacking in understanding that is stopping you to quit this habit? I will try my level best to answer them. Please let me know into the comment box. If you want to know more about quitting your addictions, more about your mind, how easy it is to have meditation techniques into your life, to improve your lifestyle towards peace and harmony, be connected with me, subscribe to my channel. My name is Anand. I'm your smoke-free coach, and thank you very much again for listening to this video and watching to this video. Thank you very much. Take care.